Hey folks, it's been a productive day. Let's do today's CSS daily target. Ooh, definitely an interesting one. All right, what do we got here? The U shape is kind of a hallmark of border radius of like a 20, 50 pixels, 50 pixels, 0, 0, right? That's how you get a U. And then if you add a border, 10 pixels solid, and then this orange, sure. And then what if we do, so I'm gonna steal that, clump, and I'm gonna use the blank template. And then I'm going to set that like that. Put the kind of violet purple on the background. Remove this background. And I guess size-wise, I need border widths of 30 pixels, 0. No, 30 pixels, 30 pixels, 0, 30 pixels. And I have an X, not a PX, so there. So this is the trick to doing some of that. Let's make it taller. And then let's put margins on this. And make this a little bit more. Okay, so what do we need to do to push this down more? 25 pixels, 28, 29, 30. Okay, and then push these margins in more. 7, 8, 9. 91, 92, and a little bit taller, 210. That's how we do the first U. What next? How about another one of these guys? And this one, P plus P, his margins will be what? Margins will be a little bit more. Minus 100 and 100, 130, and then more minus. So we're pushing, and 32. All right, that is a solution. Now, we've still got these little parts here. We need to make this not as tall. Height, be 100, 200, 160, 170. And then we can do, what can we do? We can do a background of a radial gradient to get that circle. Now, I feel like I'm saving the hardest part for last, which is kind of against the ethos. That's all right. I think we feel confident about this one. 25, and then what? 50% minus 10 pixels. 20. How's that? Is it too big? 20. That looks good. So that's two shapes, two paragraphs, and let's go ahead and variabilize this. We're going to continue to put off the hard part of how do we do that shape, because I don't know yet, but we will decide. So the var is h, and then the margins we need to set is going to be var dash m. Like so, and probably we can do something silly like 8 inches. Oh, no, we can't. 3. So I thought I'd get cute. How about 1 inch? And 1 inch. Just to do a unit that's a little fun. Oh, is that no good? Maybe it's no good. All right, so here's, and I'm going to put, here we go. Oh, it's no good. I'm putting the 100 pixels back. Sorry. Yeah, I'm putting that back. All right. So how do we do this how do we do this background? I guess my vote is to if we put a background on this element. So let's do that. Background red. So what are our choices? And then if I do a background on this, that's that. That covers the circle. Now, I guess that if I remove this gradient, let's do that. We're going to move this gradient entirely, and we're going to put it on the second element, like that. And so that means that we can then do that, right? And then move that, we'll do 0, comma, minus 40 pixels. 0, yeah, like that. 40, 50, 55. That's not bad. If we do that, then we can variabilize it. We can say that's dash dash G, and then here we do var of a linear gradient of a dash dash G, or a linear gradient that's transparent to pink, and that's covered up, so you can see that sort of interesting illustrative effect there. Let's do 80% and then 0. That's not quite there. How about 85? How about 86? 87? 86. Let's submit that. I think we've got a little bit of a diff there that's going to prevent us from getting 100%. But that is definitely a nice, I like that solution, more or less. I think that unit is no good, though. That percentage unit. Oh, back end a little bit slow. 99.9%. So I think that means we'll embrace that and go do a Q unit. Somebody will like that. How about 200Q? How about 190, 180, 88, 89, 190Q, 191Q, 92Q, 91. Oh, I think that's also no good. I think we need pixels here. Sorry, Charlie. Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and do. So what's the height on this second one? Or I guess this height is 210. So it's what, 180 pixels or something? Yeah, that looks right-ish. And then we'll vote that that's good. All right, so that's 100% match, and that's how we do it. 2 paragraphs with margins that move them around. We minify and we unit replace, and that's a solution. Many choices for one like this. No, you're not under an obligation to do a border, and not under an obligation to do a border radius. You could do this with individual radial gradients, right? That is a complete option. I think I'm not going to do that fully, but I'm going to do the blank template and just show you that. So let's see what that looks like. If I did radial gradient circle at 50%, 100%, and then did this color, 20 pixels, and then transparent, 0, 40 pixels, and then this color again. Right, we're doing these stripes, 0, 80 pixels, and then transparent again, 0, 120 pixels, stripe, 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 another one, 0, 150 pixels, and then transparent. So those numbers are way wrong. but that's showing you that shape, right? So let's move that. Let's set we'll set a 0, 0, and then set a width of 100% and then a height of 200 pixels. And let's set a no repeat, or repeat Y, which is just as good. That's repeating. Repeat X, that's what we want. There we go. Okay, so if we make that height 100, 30, 40, 30, that looks pretty good. All right, so let's adjust these numbers. 30, great. 40, 50, 60. And that make this 70. And then does that make that 100? There it is. That's kind of cute. That's kind of fun. We'll follow the thread. Okay. And then if I don't set that, so then what? What do we need then? I think we need a linear gradient, right? I wasn't planning on doing all of this, but it's kind of fun. How about 90 degrees, and then again, do the same technique, 0, 0, 0, and then the pink, transparent, pink, transparent, pink, transparent, pink, transparent, pink, transparent. Okay. Sure, that gets you stripes. If I put that width, if I put it at 0, 100 pixels, and then no repeat, let's put that down a little bit more, 120, 125, 130. That pushes that down. So let's do 100 pixels, 0. Okay, 130 pixels, 0, 140 pixels, 0, 170 pixels. I'm just adding 30 each time, 0. And then this one is probably different, 210 pixels, 0, nope, 20, 30. And then that number 260 pixels, 0, 270 pixels, 0, 300 pixels, 0. That's another way to do that. And then let's go ahead and give this a height as well, because 100% wide, and then 10 pixels tall. Now we still got that circle that we need to do. So that you can see that you can assemble this out of those pieces. That's really what I'm showing you. And now, because my brain is sort of on it, I do want to finish it because that's how I'm wired. All right, let's go. I guess this is a little taller, 110. All right. So we do the last little nubs here, or shall we do something different? All right, so here's the thing I find myself wanting to do. If I undo that, so that's all like that. So the question is, so if we put this linear gradient over top of that, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn this into blue. Blue, 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 right? So I'm making a choice that this is going to be solid. Then I no longer have to do this at business, right? But I do then need to move this. So I don't need any of that, but I need to put it in the right spot. And I think that then this is negative here. Minus 10 pixels, 20. There it is. Oh, and then that means that this middle one has to be transparent. Is that right? This one can't be, yeah, this middle color. So that 4 here needs to be transparent. Oh, not quite. We still need it. Okay, so let's, so my intuition was wrong. So now we're gonna do, and then closing parentheses and comma, and then we need to do exactly what we did before on this guy. Do the same background. Okay. So then we still need another gradient. So let's do a linear gradient. And it's 90 degrees. We'll do transparent. 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 And, you know, so, and if we push that down, okay, so it's going to be at 0, 200 pixels, and then give it a width of 100%, and then a height of 30 pixels, I think, and no repeat. Let's move it down more. 3, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Oh, okay, maybe not. Okay, what are we missing here? There it is. 100. Okay, 200. There it is. Okay, so just a little different. To 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And because this is behind, we don't have to be super precise, but we're going to be precise anyway because, again, that's how I roll. Now, some of these numbers are going to be the same as these. So I think we start at 100 and end at 300. And this is 100 pixels. So you can see that happening. And if I put blue in the distant background, so then is that 30 and 30 and 10 is 70, so 170 pixels. And then 0 and 200 pixels. Color stop, 2 to 30. All right, so we did it 2 ways. And that's all in the body. We don't need a paragraph tag. We don't need a body tag. We just need the ampersand. We minify and unit replace. And that's a lot of gradients. A lot of gradients. But it is something that's very satisfying to me. I do enjoy doing a gradient like that. A lot of math, a lot of repetition. Not as elegant a solution, but showing you just how complicated a shape you can make only with gradients. When you see the brilliant work of people who make CSS illustrations, this is the kind of stuff they're doing. Now, I'm doing that all in the body. You can have even more power if you create pseudo elements and those kinds of, befores and afters, colon before, colon after, your elements, and then you can have even more things and then twist things around and get things, impossible shapes that are rotated in interesting ways with some of these gradients. But that's 2 ways to do it. And I hope you're having a great day out there. Be good to each other. It's a really brutal time. And I wish you the best. Go make a webpage. Send it to your friend. The world needs web pages. All right. Bye-bye.